Hi, everybody. Welcome to an ultra rare Tuesday night edition of the Jiminy Flip It Chat Show. Also at a very early 5:30 p.m. here on the East. Thanks so much for coming in on this off night. I appreciate it. I hope everybody's doing well. It has been a while. I see Jeff's on the way to a viewing. Sorry to hear that, Jeff. Hey, CJ. Yeah, long time no see. Hi, Vintage Kaja. How you doing? And Jackie Jack, welcome. Yeah, an off night, so I don't know what sort of turnout we'll have, but I just wanted to make sure I came in and said hi. Had a very nice time. Thanks for everybody who asked. The store is back in business after being on vacation mode for 8 days, 9 days, something like that. And sales came in, which I was pleasantly surprised by. I haven't been in vacation mode in quite a while on eBay, and I was curious to see what would happen. How it would work out. But we did get some sales, which was cool. I haven't listed, or at the time I hadn't listed since, I don't know, the 24th or so. I mean, Mrs. Flip It sending me a message from the Batcave. Let's see what this is. I'm sorry, everybody. We have to address a medical issue at Mrs. Flip It that doesn't seem to be life-threatening, but she sent me a picture and said, what is this? So we're going to have to take a quick look and respond. And we will begin with the festivities. Flip It not accustomed to me being on Tuesday nights, so clearly forgot I'm on right now. Oh, and there goes the light. So things are going well so far. There we go. But I hope everybody else is doing well. I was very pleasantly surprised again by the fact that we did sell some stuff. You have an option when you go on vacation mode now to allow sales to keep going on, that people can see, visible, that your listings are visible or not. I chose to have them visible. We did get some sales. Hey, Vintage Memories, how you doing? Great to see you. And Keith, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks. We did. It was very nice. And then when I realized on Friday night or Saturday morning, I realized, hey, I could turn it back on because anything that sells, we got back on Sunday. So anything that sells over the weekend, I wouldn't have to ship till Monday anyway. So that seemed to kickstart things, which was kind of cool. Hi, Barbara. How are you? Welcome to the show. Great to see you. What's up, Popeye? Thank you. You had your store away past 2 weeks. Oh, really? Yeah, a lot of issues with Baltimore's a hub from hell, as I know you know this, as is Philadelphia, one of those black holes. There's someplace in New York is a nightmare too. There's several of them. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Good evening. Great to see you. Early evening here for me anyway, 5:30, but Popeye has a show. This was out of deference to Popeye's Whatnot tonight. I wanted to make sure I was on a little earlier just in case we ran up and so close to that, but definitely check out Popeye. He's always on Tuesday nights on the Whatnots. So again, yeah, turned it on Saturday morning, turned the store on Saturday morning. Had a really good sales day Saturday, which was kind of funny. And made sure I got everything out yesterday, Monday. So back in business. I do need to catch up with some listings. That's the one obvious thing. Best laid plans, as they say, right? I had the idea shortly before we left to load up using 6-bit and schedule a bunch of listings so that during that week of non-activity, even if it was like 10 a day just to get something up, it was a good idea on paper, but of course I didn't do that. And I think I should have done that. I don't know if you're allowed to do that when you're on vacation mode. Can you list things? You guys can answer that for me if anybody's been on. I know Popeye said he's been on extended periods. So that was one of my thoughts. I'm like, am I going to go through all this work and then it doesn't work? So anyway, I definitely have to get back on the listing horse, so to speak, without question. I did get a nice little stash of postcards for me, 300, 350, kind of out of the blue in the mail from somebody, which is greatly appreciated. That was shortly before we left as well. So my wife is in the process of sorting those. So I'll have that to play with and hopefully get like another 300, 350 listings. But I definitely need to get that going. Yeah, I definitely do, because just about everybody that's in here watches your Whatnot. So I want to make sure not to interrupt your show. Thank you very much, Jackie Jack. Hi, Terry. Good evening to you. Hope you are doing well. So yeah, that's really it. I just wanted to kind of chime in and say hi. It's been way too long. It was strange when I looked at YouTube to see the last live show. It was 16 days ago, I think it said, or something. I was like, what? Thank you. Yeah, I know, Ralph. It is March. Springtime is upon us in another couple of weeks, technically, right? Um, so weather here, we always have to have the obligatory weather report. Cold and blustery today here in the Northeast. I heard tale of certain areas in New Jersey, not too far from me, received a coating of snow this morning. We, of course, did not get a coating of snow. We just had a really windy and chilly day. But looking at the long range forecast, it's still kind of chilly. It figures after such a warm winter, and now I'm dying for spring. We got some trees starting to bud and some flowers starting to bud from such a warm winter. And now, as I give a quick gander to the 10-day forecast, 7-day forecast, every day is in the 40s. All of a sudden, there's a high. So Murphy's law. I'm not going to get too high, not going to get too low. Right? Winter's not over. Spring isn't really here. And truth be told, spring doesn't usually hit in this area for anybody who knows Northeast United States weather until about May. That's when it really gets warm. April is a joke too. So there's your weather report brought to you by the kind folks at, I don't know, who's going to be our sponsor tonight? At Deer Park. Deer Park, that's good water. So I'm curious if I missed anything in the reselling world of note. If anybody wants to fill me in, we have that little chat group that we started a few weeks back. I didn't participate in that the whole time either. So I'd like to go in and say hi, but I wanted to make sure I did the show first and just said hi to some people. I also noticed this, just so you know, this is not dust or dirt. This is part of my shirt. When I was doing the setup for the camera, I'm like, what is this? And I kept wiping it off. It's actually just part of my shirt. It has like the sparkle stuff. So. Clean clothes. Cleanliness is next to godliness, they say. I'm trying to say what else. So yeah, the postcards, 350-ish postcards. I'll get those up this week for sure. I'm definitely going to list some print ads. I need to scan a bunch. I did cut up some magazines earlier in the day, and I'll get to scanning them and listing them. I just need some more stuff ready to throw in the hopper and get up on eBay. I wanted to mention this. I don't know. I'm losing track of time right now. Let's say about 10 days ago, I tried something. You know, I'm always tinkering. I think a lot of us do that. And I hadn't used it in a while, but the whole coupon thing, the new coupon option, I'm going to pull it up actually right now. I had a 25% off coupon that I just threw on. What did I throw it on, actually? I'm trying to remember what the print. Okay. On my print ads. Did I do it on postcards too? I might have done it on postcards as well. And happily to report, I think I sold like, let me see, you can click on it and tells you how many sales you had, right? I had 25% off. It runs through March 12th. I started it on February 23rd. So it's been almost 2 weeks now. And a bunch of sales. I noticed that when I was on the road and I had the phone and we were getting these sales. A lot of them were coming by way of this 25% off coupon. So good to know that it worked a little bit, even if it's just that first few days. I don't think I've seen a sale come through the last 2 or 3 with that coupon option. But maybe that helped a little bit. I always like to give myself a puncher's chance, as they say. Did I bedazzle? No, my shirt came bedazzled, apparently. But I noticed it when I was, I do a quick little setup. I know Popeye doesn't participate in it or doesn't partake in such activities. He just kind of hits the live button, which I think is kind of cool, or the record button. But, I was just doing my little setup here, and I'm like, I kept wiping my shirt. I'm like, what the heck is this? And it's just a shirt. It's like some sparkles. Thank you, Karen. Thanks for coming in. Again, on off day, Tuesday night, very rare. I think we've done a couple of shows on Tuesday nights for whatever reason. Maybe I had Beatles shows on Monday night. We have another show coming up on Saturday in Warrington, Pennsylvania. If Karen's not too far from there. Willow Grove, town called Willow Grove, a place we played a couple of times. Very nice place. We're returning back. I think it's like the 4th or 5th show we've done in this place. So I'm looking forward to that. I had a nice show. Oh, I had the show up as my malware bites just starts. Hold on. Up in Rhode Island, which was a great trip, but my God, it was 12 degrees that night, which was so strange. And that was a really nice show. Thank you, Allie. How are you? Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess it's probably afternoon in a lot of places. It's 5:40 here. It's early. I started 5:30. Again, just wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to jump over and check out Popeye's auction tonight. 8 o'clock, I believe, right, sir? And that's really a quick snapshot. Everything was a lot of fun. We had a great time. I feel well. I was concerned about that. Whenever you travel these days, you got to worry about coming back with something. So far, no sign of that. I did buy a bunch of records, which came while we were out too. I think I told everybody on probably the last show I was on that for my birthday, which now is a while ago, the end of January. My wife gave me carte blanche to pick up some albums, and I did. And they were coming in from all over the world, Germany and what was the other country? Germany and England, and then a few domestically. So I've received all my albums. No more albums coming in the mail until next time I go on a frenzy. But they all came in good shape, and always a lot of fun for me being a record guy. Sold a couple of 78s over the weekend, which was kind of cool. They're another one of those dreaded long tail items, but they do sell. Again, a great ROI because I pick them up for like a quarter or so. When you pick up lots of 78s, I don't usually go out and get, one at a time. I'll buy 50, 100, whatever for $10, $20, whatever I can get them for cheaply. And so it's always nice when they sell. I think we sold it for $15, $20, something like that. A couple of them. Anybody who's dabbled in 78s know how sensitive they are and how carefully you need to package them when you get ready to ship them. So that took a bunch of time this morning. No, excuse me, Monday morning. I'm still dazed, as you could probably tell. Popeye, yes, 8 should have a good 2.5 to 3 hours. There you go. Oh, how was that? I'd love to hear about that. There you go. There's the first thing I've missed. If you want to fill in, I don't know, you might have talked on our little chat thing about that, but I haven't heard about that. I'm curious to see how did it compare with York? Would have loved to see that. My poor wife. So, Papa, yeah, if you wouldn't mind just doing a Cliff Notes version of how that show went in Havre de Grace. Isn't that how it's pronounced? Havre de Grace? I'd love to hear about it. Hope you made out like a bandit as always. Oh, it's tiny, huh? Waiting for StreamYard to populate what I saw on YouTube so I could post it. Here we go. 6th of the size, 10 to 12. Okay. Did you make out, though? Did you find any goodies? Some photos? Have there been any noteworthy glitches on eBay during this past week and a half or so? A little less than a week and a half, 10 days. I haven't seen anything crazy, but again, this is another very ultra rare thing to me. Obviously, I was forced to be just on mobile the whole time. I had my iPad with me for reading and stuff. We have like a Kindle thing, so I was reading a little bit. But the iPad version is the same thing. It's the mobile version, not the website. So I haven't really. Up till yesterday morning, I hadn't seen the website in 7 or 8 days. So I'm just curious if anybody noticed any craziness going on, any new enhancements, anything bad happen, anything good happen. Do we have a doctor in the house, by the way? Does anybody know anything about prickly heat? My wife has a case of a little bit of prickly heat. Dawn Wright, one of the better people on this planet, huge friend of the channel and helper of the channel, was writing me earlier today, and I don't think she's going to be on tonight. She had a little bit of a thing to take care of with her mom tonight. So if she does pop in, that would be great, but I wouldn't expect her. Again, it's so early, too. I know it's definitely atypical. Hey, One Old Buffalo, how you doing? Great to see you, man. I love that thing, that old car he's got in there. Really cool. Great to see you. Oh, you got to talk to Mary Martin. Very cool. Funny when the Queen of Postcards called me a star because she watches the YouTube. Get out. That's awesome. That's right. That's right. Superstardom. That's really cool. She seemed very nice in that video I talked about. I think everybody's seen the video now where she was in a library a year or so ago promoting the book, which I just happen to have. Hold on. Again, this has nothing to do with, trying to get any money or anything for anybody, but this is a great book, Mary Martin's book, Guide to Collectible Postcards, which Popeye recommended and I did pick up. I think it was on Amazon. Very reasonably priced, really cool book. Excellent read, excellent resource. It's up in my that's I know you can't see this because it's in front of the camera or back of the camera, but I have like a big a series of shelves right in front of me. And if you have a book and you make the shelf, that means it's a book that's going to be frequently pulled down. So I have the postcard book. Promoted listings has changed the end of the month. How so, Karen Young? Nova Crow's Nest, how you doing? Welcome. Is that a pirate flag up there? Very cool. Welcome to the show. Vintage Memories. Calamine. There you go. Pediatric nurse. Well, pediatric nurse, while I have you, I'm trying to think of the term. Anybody who's played baseball or sports when you're a kid, when you slide, we used to get these like rashes, almost looks like on your leg. And we used to call them raspberries, but they look like a raspberry. It's like red dots scattered about. Is that, I know I'm not explaining it really well, Vintage Memories, I'm sorry. But is that sort of an indication of prickly heat, what I would define as prickly heat, or they're not raised or anything? It almost looks like if you just rug burn, if you got rug burn, it's like a bunch of red dots. That's kind of what she has. So I got the pleasure of seeing a photo of that as my wife, quasi panic, said, "What is this?" Chappie is planning on opening his eBay store. Welcome to the show, Chappie. Yeah, I think everything, we talked about this a little while ago. I'm pretty sure everything just kind of transfers. It's just, it's almost semantics. Like you might have some more options. Again, the seller hub becomes an option. You could do some marketing and some sales and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's pretty much a quick cosmetic change. I don't think you have to do anything outside of, I think eBay takes care of all that. But good luck, Chappie. Definitely let everybody know. Hey, DePage, how you doing? Thank you. Yes, very much so. Welcome to the show, and thanks for coming on. Everything will transfer over to the store. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had to do that. I remember being concerned also a little bit, like anything else when it's new, you're like, oh, what do I do? Oh, my listing's going to vanish. It was a very easy switch. They take your money and all of a sudden you hit refresh, I guess, or whatever. And you'll have some new options, which are kind of exciting if you haven't had them before. I mean, just having the seller hub alone is probably a nice change of pace and gives you a little more controls for your items. Gives you the ability, again, to market them. You do get, depending on your level, you get a little coupon from eBay that's every quarter that you can use to purchase supplies, boxes, envelopes, all that good stuff. So there's a lot of nice benefits. I definitely recommend it. Anybody who watches the show, anybody that's in this sphere of, reselling, I highly recommend you just go ahead and get a store if you don't have one already. Prickly heat is sweat trapped under the skin. Raised red spots. Yes. Cortisone. Thank you so much, Vintage Memories. Hang on. I'm going to screenshot your comment and send it over to the afflicted one. And let's see if she has, she didn't complain about it itching, but let's see. Thank you so much. I'm going to forward your comment. Asked. What are the causes of prickly heat? Vintage Memories. Just, you said moisture on the skin. So is it like from sweat and rubbing? Again, thank you very much for that. I just forwarded it to her. I don't mean to diagnose somebody, a very unprofessional diagnosis. It just looked like, it definitely looks like that. Little raised red spots, exactly. You recommend a store after 21 years. You went to the 250 item store. After 2 months, I moved up to 11,000. Beautiful, old Buffalo. That's fantastic. I highly recommend a store. Yeah. I don't even think, I know you're using the term transfer. It's really a cosmetic thing. It's just a matter of, you turn on a store in all your existing listings. So everything pretty much remains the same. You just get some new functionality. I don't think it's like transferring data from your existing, what do you even call it? If your existing listings, I guess, right? If it's not under the umbrella of a store, you get turned on, you have store options, you have some new functionality. I'm pretty sure everything else is exactly the same. Not yet. I hope not. I know it might take a few days to manifest. I certainly hope not. Feedback. Yeah. And I definitely understand the term transfer, but I don't believe, I don't know eBay's backdoor system or anything, but I don't think there's really a transfer necessarily. It's almost an overlay with some new functionality, all that kind of stuff. So I think you'll enjoy it, Chappie. If you have never had a store, it's going to be a lot of fun. Dinner is here. Have a go. All right, Ralph, enjoy your dinner, munch. Hey, Kelly, what's up? Yeah, exactly. It's all like automatic. You'll just see some new options. I guess the biggest thing, again, I keep saying it, but the seller hub. You get too hot, you sweat too much. The sweat glands may clog. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, she feels okay. She just it kind of just hit her all of a sudden this evening out of nowhere. She got home maybe an hour ago. And then of course, as soon as I fire up the show, honey, what's this? And she sends me a picture. Like, looks like, to my non-trained eyes, it looks like prickly heat. I might be way off, but it doesn't look like a poison ivy or anything crazy. And it's not itching her crazily either. She just said it's not. Please don't. But thank you again, Vintage Memories. I appreciate it. The store part itself doesn't really do much for me. I only open a store for the higher amount of monthly. Well, sure, absolutely. But again, I don't know if you run sales, Papa. You probably don't too often, but I think that's one of the biggest benefits. You can run sales. You can use some of the marketing doodads that they've given us. The supply thing, you get at least some of that money back that you pay in the form of those supplies. And it's tiered. The level of store, you get more money every quarter to spend on their supplies, which always happen to be just a little more. If you have a $25 coupon, everything you want is going to be $26.50 or $28. So you still have to pay something to them. Funny how that works. No way to give the specifics. Check your eBay message. Promoted listings are going to cost you more. Oh, okay. Well, that's not a surprise. Thank you for that, Karen. Same name. You have a personal seller. If you rename yourself, if you just change the name of the store, I don't think, I think you're reading too much into it, Chappie. Don't worry so much. It's not that big of a deal. You can change. I know you can absolutely change your store name, your username, or whatever, and it's a very quick process. They've made that really easy. I did it recently, which I discussed. Everything went to Jiminy Flip It. I wanted to have branding consistent amongst everything I do, and I had my old eBay store name for years. I changed it. I was a little worried about it too, and it was purely cosmetic. It's definitely not that big of a deal. Yeah, that's a great point. Nova, yeah, you get access to TerraPeak, so you could look back, and they've enhanced TerraPeak now. We can go back 2 years, I think it was, right? That was a recent enhancement. You could look at old listings, look for comps for 2 years, right? Right in their system for free. Used to be a separate product, and they incorporated them a couple of years ago, and now they've expanded it to a 2-year history, which is pretty cool. Everything is the same. Exactly. Yeah, it's all the same. It's a cosmetic thing. Don't overthink it. Kelly, read my mind. You need to do another video on promoted listings. Uh-oh. Do I? Yeah, I'd be happy to. Well, now Karen's saying there's a little monkey wrench, so I'll check if they sent some sort of, I'm sure they did. If they sent some sort of communication out about the changes, I haven't read it yet, so I'll check it out. You're gonna not have a store, having a store, depending on which store level you pick. Yep. There she is, doing right. I was just saying I wasn't sure if you'd be on, so hopefully all is well. Very cool, very cool. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, you're not going to lose it, Chappie. I understand. I'm only fooling around about, like, don't sweat it. It's really simple. It's not a big deal. Everything will pretty much be the same. You're just going to have some additional functionality to everything you've already had. Instead of using that term transfer, you're not transferring your stuff and then risking things falling away. It's like Kelly said, it's back end stuff. It's going to be an overlay of some new functionality on your existing situation, feedback, listings, names, all that kind of stuff. Yes, let's welcome Dawn. I'm very happy you made it, Dawn. I did not expect. I have to be honest. I know it's early. It's an off night. Oh, really? Yeah, I will. I'll read it. I'm sure I got it. I can't believe I didn't see that first. So you know what? Just for fun. Hold on. It came in a message from eBay, I would assume, right? On a message thing. Anybody know when it was, roughly? Does it say we're updating our marketing program terms? Is that the title? That's probably it. I bet you that's it. What's changing? They take effect on March 30th. No action is necessary for us to take more of your money. All right, I'll read that. I think I see it. It's titled Our eBay Marketing Program Terms Are Being Updated. I should imagine that's the title. Oh yeah, Dawn's been a machine. Dawn has been. I know you say this, so I don't feel like I'm speaking out of school or anything, but she's been big in the print ad thing. She's been doing well with print ads, listing a bunch of print ads, selling a bunch of print ads. Very proud, very happy for Dawn and her mom. The Queen of Canada is here. All is well. No problem, Chappie. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, don't. Kelly said it right. It's not a condescending comment, but it's true. Don't overthink it. Don't worry. I definitely understand your trepidations. 25 years, you don't want to lose anything. You won't lose anything. It's a very simple process. It's like just turning on a switch. Everything is going to be the same. Just going to have some new functionality. If you have any questions about that, feel free to comment or send emails. Do whatever you got. We have a great group always showing up on my shows that you can talk about things. I think most of us had stores for years at this point. I know you've been on eBay for many years too, so it's not going to be that big of a difference. Popeye put it well. You get. That's a great point. You get more listings now. The capability of adding more listings. They've done away with the zero. Hopefully that stays. By the way, the zips, zero insertion fees have been gone since the COVID thing started. Probably one of the best things they've ever done. eBay. That does save a lot of money if you're the kind of person that lists a lot of stuff in your store. Definitely huge impact. And should they go back, you're going to hear people screaming along because that's going to be a big hit. You might not be inclined to get 1,000 listings up every month or 2,000 or whatever, or 200, whatever your listing number is, because then you start getting charged again. Like Etsy, who still has front end charges. I even had my Etsy store, not that anybody looks at it, but I had my Etsy store on vacation, which I forgot to take off and took off this morning. Oh, my hair's sticking up. You got to love static. Customer clicks on a PL, but promoted listing, but doesn't buy the item, buys another item in your store. Yeah, hasn't that been the case? I mean, maybe they're stating it more emphatically now, but I always was under the impression that was kind of the case. And there's really no way for us to police that. That's always been one of my. Again, I don't want to whine about fees. I'm not the type to do that. I'm really not. I still think it's money well spent. Overall, you have access to potentially millions and millions of views. Millions of people can view your products. So that's your price of entry. But with that said, yeah, they can kind of screw you out of some fees, and there's really no way to know. Now, like it'll say, if you get an offer, it'll actually say at the bottom, this offer came through as a result of a promoted listing. If you accept it, you will be charged X amount, whatever your promoted listing is. They could throw that on every listing. How would we ever know? How do I know? There's no way for us to know as sellers that somebody did click on a promoted listing or didn't. They could just throw that as like a canned comment on everything, and we'd have no way to really dispute it. So that's the one drawback. But again, I think it's worth it. I think all these silly fees, which can be annoying, is better than an alternative. If we all want to start short of Popeye, who probably could do this, and a few other really big sellers, maybe Kelly could even do it. But if you want to start your own site and put 20, 30,000 postcards up and roll the dice, then have at it. You're going to spend more marketing on yourself probably than you would just paying these silly fees from eBay and having them do that work. We're getting charged for a promoted listing, even if it was clicked on from a search result. Yeah, it's convoluted to say the least. That's how you read it. Possibly. And you know what they'll do? They'll slap everybody on the wrist that stops promoting. I've heard so many people that have, let's say you've been promoting for a series of years on all your, a good portion of your listings, and you suddenly decide, let me roll the dice and see if I could do this on my own without the help of promoted. Then you always run that risk or the fear that they're going to throttle you down, all the conspiracy stuff comes back. But I've seen a lot of people, or heard a lot of people telltale of that they've done that. They turn it off for a week or whatever, and their sales just dive off a cliff. And who knows? Maybe they do punish you for not paying to play. It's kind of uncool, but who knows? Who knows? Dreamy Buys, what's up? Just assume you're getting charged from other fees. Exactly. And there's, like I was saying, there's no way to know if there's no way to know, matter of factly, whether somebody really did click on it or not, or they just said, yeah, that was a promoted listing. You just have to take their word for it. Not a good situation to be in. Almost forgot, you missed the sale of the century. I'm going to have to click on my other computer to see this. Let's see. I know Popeye would never send malware on my show. One kidding. Let's see. That is hysterical. You just put them all in one big bundle? Spectacular. What a great keyword. It's Spectacular Niagara Falls. That's hysterical, Popeye. Good for you. Got them out of your life, huh? Now, what does 1,000 represent? That's probably like the tip of the iceberg of your Niagara collection, right? Good for you, though. That's fantastic. Get rid of them. Good riddance. Nova Crow's Nest says seller fees are definitely a growing revenue stream. Of course, absolutely. Fees in general, fees for banks, which I know they've been curtailed slightly, overdraft fees, all that kind of stuff. That's how they make the money. You know, they make the money on fees. Everything makes the money on fees. Big Disney fan here. Disney keeps raising their prices on everything, every ticket, everything. They give you less and charge you more, but we keep going. So that's how they make money. Popeye's store is empty. Dun-dun-dun. You're on eBay before you needed photos and buys to check. Yeah. Yeah, it was very wild. I remember when it started. We did sell a couple. I'm trying to think. I don't remember what my first couple things was. It was all auctions. You used to send checks in the mail. You're stopping promoted listings on items as you end them sell similar. Okay. Well, then don't forget there's also, and I don't know if this is in the verbiage of the correspondence I sent us, but I've read or heard previously that I think it lasts for like 30 days. Might even be 60 days, but probably 30 days. If you stop all your promoted right now at 6 o'clock at night, from now until April 7th, if somebody clicks on something that was previously promoted, I think that's my understanding. I think it's 30 days. You're still going to get charged the fee. So it takes a month for them to, because it's a very involved process. They take your money in a heartbeat, but any kind of refund or turning off something, no, it's going to take 30 days. That's half. Well, then that's phenomenal, man. Get rid of half of your Niagara Falls. That's great work. Yeah, exactly. One workaround: if a potential buyer makes an offer via a message and you agree, end the listing, sell similar. Yeah, well, there you go. If it's worth the hassle of doing all that. Messed up the time away you extended it. Oh, so and you had your listings being invisible, right? I didn't choose that option. I let it be visible. And I just changed it. Automatically changed. If you put in, this is another relatively new thing. I know most of you guys probably know this, but it used to be where you had to put like a beginning and end date or something like that manually, or you had to change your handling time out 10 days or 14 days or 6 days, whatever the term was. Now it's kind of, you just put in, I'll be back on March 6th, and everything takes care of itself. So all these purchases that took place last week, it automatically said ship by March 7th or March 6th, whatever the date was. Yeah, but I definitely missed it. I see it was on the 28th. I'm going to read that. I don't know if there's much sense in reading it. I'm sure everybody's going to, you've already explained to me it's confusing, and basically it just means they're going to take more of our money. You saw the items dropped off last night, so I thought you were doing end and similar. Speaking of which, I haven't done an end and sell similar since the dreaded events of last month's debacle. I'm not afraid of it. I'm just saying I haven't done that, so I probably need to do that too. There's a lot of, you take a few days off. It's like starting over in some ways. I forgot all about that. Just for fun, let me see what my oldest listing start date is. January 12th. Yeah, we're coming up on 2 months. That's exceeding my usual 45-day-ish threshold. So maybe I'll do some of that tonight. Anything we could do to recharge the engine, right? What is up, $1 Million Peddlers? Great to see you. Whether it's yourself or both of you, welcome aboard. Very nice to have you in. Just kind of came on for a quick hello tonight. It's an odd time. Tuesday night's not my usual slot. Again, check out Popeye tonight on the Whatnots at 8 o'clock. He said he's down for a 2.5, 3 hour reselling, or excuse me, not reselling, auctioning extravaganza. You hit pause sales for 30 days. Wow, okay. Yeah. You began testing promoted listings about 6 weeks ago. Your sales have taken off. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Welcome, Nostalgia Picker. Yeah, there's a direct correlation. They apparently they reward the people that, pay to play. Paper Boy is here. What's up, man? Great to see you, man. How was your whatnot earlier today? I know you have your usual stuff, 4 o'clock, I believe, right? Check out the $1 Million Peddlers on the YouTubes and Paper Boy on Whatnot. I know he does a show on Tuesdays at 4 typically. Also became top rated in February. Very cool. Yeah, I that's another old story about does promoted really help you in search? And I don't, excuse me, not promoted. Does being top rated help you in search? I think they used to say it did. I don't know so much. The big benefit there is a top rated plus, I guess. You get a little discount on final value fees. To me, that's the most, The biggest benefit for being Top Rated Plus. You used to get that nice little yellow ribbon looking badge thing, and they took that away. Hi, Susan. How are you? Quick for you too. No problem. I'm glad you came in. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of come in and say hi tonight and get things back to normal. Stupid things, laundry, all that kind of nonsense. Just getting the house in order. And we'll be back rocking and rolling. I'll be on Friday night, Saturday, the Beatles show. Sunday, we have an event for my dad in New Jersey. My dad's sister, actually, a big birthday party. And then Monday, I should be back in action here on my usual spot, Mondays and Fridays. You're going to do your quarterly entry list within the next few days, okay? Yeah, that will be interesting. And I know we'll hear about it, so we'll check you out in the group. You hear good things on that video? Thanks to looking stuff. Probably wouldn't have looked at it for a few weeks. Yeah, Kelly looking out. 3441 print ads. Hey, what do you know? Good work, man. Congratulations. You did a full store. And I was the only one on Whatnot doing print ads, and now there's a bunch of people doing it. But I'm not bitter at all. I think it's cool. I want it to be more popular. Then I'll get back in and hopefully make more money at it. Popeye, you did a full store and it sells someone 3-1. Wow. This time was slow to start. You did 1,500 in 4 days. Back to sluggish. You would have bought from Pop. You would have bought tonight paper. You're trying not to spend money. Yeah, that's a lot of people are doing that. Anyone experience if there's a difference in sales between a personal account and an actual eBay store? Well, that's along the same lines, I think, of the promoted. They like when you pay to play. So if you're paying them a monthly fee to have a store, you might get a minute uptick in views anyway. But who really knows? That's the thing. None of us know that. None of us know I don't even know if eBay knows that anymore, but we don't know what they reward, what they penalize necessarily outside of, blatant flagrant acts of, things that they don't want you to do. But outside of that stuff, who knows? You're one of the 5 people I compare my stats with. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, please, if you have a second, guys, leave the thumbs up. I don't know if my magic, the Jiminy Dust works on Tuesdays. We're going to have to try it out, but why don't you give a thumbs up? If you get a sale, let everybody know during the course of the show tonight. It's a guarantee on Mondays. Tuesday, I'm not really sure. We'll have to see how it goes. I should drop off your compared to seller. I'm back to not listing. Uh-oh. Tuesday at 4 p.m. There you go. Yeah, buy out. Yeah. Jiminy Dust. There you go. Thank you. Hey, Mark. How you doing? Welcome, Mark. And again, over the moon, thankful to Mark, who sent a little care package a couple weeks ago. And I do love the, hold on, let me grab it. Mark was kind enough to send me a handful of these, the things that everybody uses for the postcards. I forgot what they're called already. Whatever. The little slightly harder cover than a regular envelope. He sent me a bunch of them. I really appreciate it, Mark. I've been using them constantly, and I'm a fan. I'm going to wind up buying them. It's so simple. I forgot what they're called. I know Kelly will tell me. But whatever they're called. Thank you very much, Mark. Yeah, thumbs up, please, if you have a minute. But yet you still sell a handful every day. Yeah. Marty, will you refund your cost of attending the show? Yeah, yeah. You'll get your full cost of admission back. EcoSwift. Thank you, Kelly. I knew Kelly would tell me. Yeah, big fan of the EcoSwift. So again, thanks, Mark. Mark sent me 20 of them or something, 25 of them. Really appreciate it, man. Very, very generous and appreciated. Definitely go check out Mark at SM Postcards on the YouTubes. One of the most professional looking backgrounds I've ever seen in a YouTube video. He has a consistent theme. He always has the hat and the shirt. I just like it. It looks like a very neat, unlike this place, it looks very neat back there. And he does great work, great information. So definitely check out Mark if you haven't already at SM Postcards out in Chicago-ish area, right? What else did I want to say? I was looking to do a little bit of a shorter show than our usual 2-3 hour extravaganzas, just because I'm trying to get back into the swing of everyday life along with eBay life. Got everything out. That was the first thing yesterday morning, coming back to all those things for all last week. Got them all out in time. It was weird though, because the store was off from the 25th, I think. In fact, I know February 25th until March 6th. was when I came back. But then again, on Saturday morning, I realized, hey, I could turn it on now. I won't have to ship it till Monday anyway. So anyway, it was turned off. Whatever Saturday's date was, excuse me, 3rd, 4th, something like that. So it was off for a good period of time. And I really didn't expect anything by way of sale. So I was very pleasantly surprised when some stuff sold. And, you get the buyer sees that little thing. The buyer is away until March 6th. Expected delay. I thought that might turn off some people. But again, kudos to the postcard people. It's not just postcard people because I sold some other stuff. But very pleasant group overall. Very pleasant, very amiable. No whining and complaining. Where's my postcard? You didn't ship it. I didn't get one email. I expected that. Or one message from a buyer that didn't, because we all know they don't usually read anything, let alone a big yellow banner that says the seller is away until March 6th. I expected to come back to a slew of messages. Where's my whatever? But nobody wrote and complained. So I was very happy. The home of Pap. Absolutely. You're very welcome. Got to check out Mark. Have a nice cold Pap. Barbara got a sale. Congratulations, Barbara. You're very welcome. It's the least I could do as a welcome. Back to the grind here. I'll make some videos this week too. We'll do a little what sold action. Maybe I'll show some of the stuff that's sold during the week of being away. I had an idea for a new series too, which I don't want to tell everybody about yet. But look out for a totally new series, kind of like the print ad. And no, it's not a postcard series. That would be, everybody's done that, and I'm in no position to write a series on postcards. Trust me. But I'm looking to do a new kind of mini series thing. So look for that on the Jiminy Flip It channel, YouTube channel. I'm also dangerously close to actually making my first $1, I think, on YouTube, because you have to get, I don't remember what the amount is, but you have to make a whole bunch before they'll send you a check. Popeye knows this. And I'm right there. I'm right at that number. So let's see how long it takes YouTube or Google to send me something. I'm looking forward to that. But in all seriousness, that's not what I'm doing this for at all. Nobody gets rich. Well, there's probably some people that get rich on YouTube, but that's not the idea. It's just to hang out and talk with everybody and exchange ideas and do listings and talk shop. That's what I do it for. Sold a book on, yes, congratulations. Paperboy with a sale. Yes, as long as you give a thumbs up. Because remember, the bad juju will come your way. There's a few people, if you don't leave a thumbs up, or if you sell something without leaving a thumbs up, unfortunately, that item will either be canceled by the buyer or you'll get a return on it. So make sure, I'm just kidding. That's my threat. 100. Yeah, I'm like right there, Papa. I'm like $99. So let's see if they sell you, if they send anything. It takes about 3 months. Oh yeah, I'm sure, to make your first buck. How long have I been over the 1,000? A couple of months, right? Yeah, no problem, man. Great to have you. And again, thanks for coming in on an off night. And thank you very much for the very thoughtful care package. I really appreciate it. Beyond words. I was blown away. I might have even wiped a tear from my eye. It was very, 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 very sweet. I appreciate it. Got to the 4,000 hour views and 1,000 subs, and they send money out 100. Yeah, that's where I'm right at that. It's like $99, it says, or something. So maybe on my next, these live shows certainly don't generate any income, but some of the produced, the recorded content, every once in a while I'll get a couple. Hey, Lee, how you doing? Thank you very much. Great for having you come in on a Tuesday at 6:15. Dave gets the checks weekly. Like, I don't even think I put in, that's not complaining, but just for anybody who does YouTube or is thinking about doing YouTube, the whole process, it really is a snail's pace, and you have to jump through 27 hoops before anything happens. Like, every time you think the 1,000 subscribers was a big deal and yay, and oh, no. You still have a whole bunch of stuff, and you have to set up your AdSense and all that. And then it blocks off what you can do. Like right now it says, there's nothing else you could do right now. We'll let you know when let me see. I'm going to tell everybody what it says, actually. I just want to see $1. I'd like to see $1. What does it say? If I go to, they changed the name too to earn instead of monetization. Earn. Getting paid, set up in process. What you need to do, no action required right now. Your personal information is confirmed. Once the payment threshold, which is a clickable link, is met, we'll notify you for additional information. So I'm knocking on the door of that payment threshold, and I'm sure there's going to be some other hoop to jump through. But I'll tell you, they really don't make it easy to get your first buck. Yeah, it's got to be annoying, seeing the gold coins come off of the truck. But You've been away for the show. Yeah, and that's good, Lee, because I haven't been on in 10 days or so, or 12 days, I think was the last show. Maybe even longer. 2 weeks ago yesterday. So 15 days. So yeah, shoot. You have some postcard people that can help you. I'll chime in whatever I can do. You were looking to add a store to the YouTube to sell postcard supplies. However, you have to have 20,000 subs. Oh, really? Okay. Too nichey, I think we are. Tracy, what is going on? Tracy, 1987 Adventures. Welcome to the show. Great to see you. I won't even ask. I know you'll announce when everything's ready to roll. But hope you're doing well, Tracy. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in on a Tuesday night, on a weird night for my show. An early and weird. Well, now we're after 6, so it's not so early. What do I do? I think on Fridays I go on at 6 anyway. My wife is relieved. She's going to go with the diagnosis of prickly heat. That's what we're going to stick with until proven wrong. What's up, Johnny? How you doing? Johnny is on every morning, 8:30, Monday to Friday. Great to see you, man. I checked in with Johnny. First thing I did when I got back yesterday, I really did. I chimed in, turned on Johnny's show to get the juices going again and get into the swing of things. So welcome to the show. Great to have you, as always. First Canadian buck. Get out, Dawn. Thank you very much. Let's see if Dawn put, well, that's not real money, though. What is $1? Like 40 cents in America? I'm only kidding. Thank you very much, Dawn. Obviously completely unnecessary. But let's see if that throws me over the threshold. You were itching to put out, you list you sell on merch. Yeah. Got to be a t-shirt. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you're doing all right. I really do. Hopefully no health problems. Dawn, that means here at $99 American. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Her dollar is probably worth 10 cents in America. As I call it, fake money. Just one around. Still didn't make it. No, of course not. That's hysterical. Well, then, because you see, YouTube takes their cut. So you don't even get your buck. Which I think is what Popeye just said. That's pretty funny. Yeah, they take their cut. You own, probably mean you owe YouTube. Yeah, we'll wind up owing money somehow. Whatever. Not in it to make money. In it to enjoy the company and hang out. PCC showed up. Oh, the dreaded PCC. Oh, did he already? I'm looking forward. I will be there tonight, Popeye, with bells on. I'm in a buy-in mood. I won a couple $100,000 in the casino, so I'm looking to spend it in your store. What else, guys? Again, we'll be back on Friday. Maybe we'll do some listing on Friday. Let's do some listing. Anybody want to do some listing? Fire up 6-bit. What the heck? Everybody's always asking me. I get so many emails about 6-bit. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Do you really think you list more efficiently or whatever? It's like, I mean, I don't know how many ways I could say yes. That, again, it's, my results may not translate to somebody else's results, but I think it's a really, I just prefer the layout, like we talked about a while ago. I really like the layout for listing on a 6-bit as opposed to the new listing tool on eBay, which I've heard they've revised a little bit, so you don't have to like click on every single drop down. I think there's a few that can save now, whatever, but I use it for the print ads still. I haven't dabbled in print ad listing on 6-bit because it's just too much to change every time. Postcards is a lot more repetitive a lot of fields that are more repetitive that I could just click and save and keep going over and over. Print ads, unfortunately, just about every one is going to be different. So I don't do it 6-bit for print ads. You hit the like button, so hopefully you get one. I hope so too. I hope so too. I said, I'm not sure if the magic works on Tuesday. It's never been tested on a Tuesday night. It's guaranteed on Monday. Let's list. Yeah, let's list on Friday. I'm in the mood too. Lee Miller recently got a lot of postcards. They were all black and white and others, but they are all glued in a big black photo album. Ooh. Popeye, this guy in a Facebook group that has hundreds, if not thousands, of those type of photos that he sells for $1 each, based in the Netherlands. Popeye, are you still sourcing out on Del Camp? Just curious. I haven't seen any videos about that. Lee, we'll talk about that in a minute. I know there's going to be more people. Oh, I think I get it. Pain. In a word, pain. Is that an accurate statement, Tracy? How do I sell them? By the book or by page. I've never come across, I've seen photos that are like that are glued in. I know there's different methods, there's different concoctions that apparently can release the glue and not damage the back. Postcards, I don't know. If anybody, I'm sure Popeye has tons of experience with this. Kelly, if you have any experience and you want to speak to it, please do, to help Lee out. But basically he has a bunch of postcards that are stuck in a book and glued. They have some kind of, like I said, some sort of concoction that can help emulsify the glue, I guess it is. I know, I used to use, and when I had photos, believe it or not, it's going to sound archaic, but it works. If you put you might damage the picture though. If you put a hairdryer or a heat source, it melts the glue. I don't know how well that works, or if anybody's ever tried that, but within reason, you can use heat. Heat melts glue. Oh, sorry, I'm backwards. How do I sell them? Kelly says, glued in cards. What a pain. Yes, you could try to carefully remove them. Yeah, exactly. Pretty sure, and not to sound ignorant here, Lee, but, go to YouTube and type how to remove glue from, or how to remove postcards glued into photo album. I'm sure there's some videos out there, and there'll probably be some kind of weird emulsifying liquids that you could pick up on Amazon or whatever. I don't know if I would trust that, especially if it's a good postcard. You don't want to risk screwing it up. It's a shame because you probably have some really cool postcards. That's another nightmare. You have some, God forbid, some RPPCs that are really good and now they're stuck. That would bug me. What's up, Jay Smith? Welcome to the show. If postcards are uncommon or valuable, they could still be so well with an album backing. Okay. Keith with the obvious steam, another good point. Absolutely. A heat source to melt the glue. And Tracy, who always likes to keep things together, says she would sell the whole book. Try a heat gun. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Or hairdryer I've used. Oh, you got some Splash Mountain cards. Yeah, Splash Mountain. Although it's still in Disneyland. They haven't announced changing Disneyland yet. But the Magic Kingdom is down and out for the count now for like 2 years or something until they redo it. It's a shame. Yeah, there you go. Nostalgia Picker, woohoo. You had a sale. There you go. My pleasure, Nostalgia Picker. It's all you. It's all about you being part of the show and being kind enough to leave a thumbs up. So it's the least I can do is return the favor with a sale or two for everybody. That's my my gift to those who partake in my show. Ooh, 10 Buffalo with some good advice. If the photo paper is waterproof, is that right? I probably wouldn't recommend dunking it in a tub of water, but that's kind of cool. Why do I have a FedEx package on the way? What is this? Got an email. It says, FedEx delivery manager, your package is on the way. I don't know what it is. Could be my wife. My wife ordered something. Okay. Updating PBS. Auction Professor uses the stamp lift fluid. Yeah, exactly. That, and I've seen him do that, but I'm just worried that it could potentially screw up the photo. I'm pretty sure he showed that you could pour it on top. Like, let's say you had a photo or a linen postcard. Apparently, supposedly, you could put this little drop of liquid on top, and somehow it penetrates and removes the glue and doesn't damage the photo. I don't know. I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't probably do something like that. I'd be paranoid that I would screw it up. Yes, they're real photos. Some of them are waterproof. That's really good information. I didn't know that they were waterproof. Got to say on a Latin album during the show. Of course it counts. All sales, Vintage Memories. If it was during my show, it counts. Again, it's my thank you for leaving a thumbs up. No, I think it's actually a legitimate. Yeah, I've seen all those corny emails you get to. This one is legitimate. I forgot. Ironically, we ordered something on eBay for my wife. And it was a pretty big package, and I think they're just sending it FedEx. Who uses FedEx? Black and white photos are developed in liquids. Oh, that's sure. Right. They always had the developing room. That's a very good point, of course. And they'd have the plastic things and put them in different liquids. Good call, One Old Buffalo, excuse me. They've been sending a ton of emails asking to update your address. I didn't get that, but yeah, I would avoid anything like that, like the plague. Always look at the sending address, folks. I worked in IT for a while, and in security, as a matter of fact, and networking. And yeah, one of the telltales, just click, if it's not apparent, click on the sending address. If it doesn't say John Smith at FedEx.com or something. It's going to say some convoluted, weird email address. Just delete that stuff, everybody. Delete it. It's not real. Yeah, absolutely. Thomas Gardner, how you doing? Thumbs up. All right. I hope you get a sale too. Welcome to the show. Susan uses FedEx on Macari. Cool. I was just joking about who uses FedEx. I don't usually see. I think it's probably a regional thing. But around my area, like you very rarely see Federal Express trucks anymore. It's UPS around me. If it's one of those carriers that aren't the post office. Usually UPS around here. As my dog barks upstairs, maybe the delivery is coming right now. Check for the Nigerian prince. Yeah, I know. I've heard. All you have to do is send them what? Your social security number and ABA number, and they'll give you the $1 million. Yeah, something like that. Do you guys remember I worked in an office forever, but they used to send you chain letters, is it? The letters that would say like you have to write something and send it out to 20 people. Otherwise, like, a pox on you and your ancestors if you don't do so. I hated that. People used to fall for that nonsense all the time. Yeah, he's up there crying, screaming like a banshee. Doing right. Don't know what's going on. Can't check because I'm doing a live show. Just slip it down with the prickly heat. I don't know if she'll be able to muster enough strength to get out of bed. Just kidding. If you're watching, baby. But yeah, he's clearly on guard right now. Something's taking place up there. The doggy was down, not being in the house for 8 days or whatever. He was a little depressed. Dogs absolutely get depression, by the way. Yeah, Dawn. Conversation earlier in the show, Mrs. Flip. As soon as I went live, Mrs. Flippett sends me a text showing me an image of a body part with a red rash on it. And she goes, "What's this? You have any idea why I have this?" So I said, "It looks like prickly heat to me." Threw it out. They didn't show the picture, but it's just a note. It's on her arm. But I sent a question out to the group, and it looks like we have a nurse with us, and she said she gave me the description of what prickly heat is, and we're leaning towards a case of a little bit of prickly heat on Mrs. Flippett. So calamine lotion was prescribed. Anything that absorbs moisture, I'd probably think, right? Like baby powder or something. There's a harrowing messages coming my way. We got prickly heat. We got other stuff on the medical front coming in on different forms. What the heck? That's no problem at all. Thanks so much for coming in. It's great to see you on a live show. One Old Buffalo. Take care and thanks again. And in all seriousness, please do leave a thumbs up if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. Helps the channel, apparently. I don't really know what it does, but everybody says that, so I'm going to go with it. I think it helps recommend your content out to other people or something. More thumbs up. But to me, it's just like a friendly handshake. It's like a thanks for coming on kind of thing. So if you have a minute, I would really appreciate it. What else? Was there anything I really wanted to hit on? Not really. Been on an hour already. That's kind of cool. That was longer. I was only going to stay on like a half an hour. But you know how it goes once we get to talking. What else? Feedback continues to come in hot and heavy. I just wanted to mention this one more time. The postcard. Ever since I started doing postcards in the late summer, early fall, the amount of positive feedback I've received has been overwhelming from buyers, from postcard buyers. They are so kind, and virtually every postcard sale I have, I know it's not exact, and I don't have the numbers to support a Kelly, but I'd say seriously, 75, 80% of the people are kind enough to leave positive feedback, which is just astounding. All the other stuff, it's, I'm lucky if I get one out of every 6, 7, 8 sales, maybe somebody will leave feedback. But with the ratio of postcards, for whatever reason, unbelievably high. And I really do appreciate that. Of course, don't use the Google. No, she didn't say it hurts. It's more of like, and I don't even know if it is prickly heat, Dawn, honestly. She sent a picture when the show started. It looked like prickly heat, those red dots. And then I had the Vintage Memories as a nurse, and she said that, here's what prickly heat is. It's basically sweat glands that get clogged or something from moisture, and they turn red and they're slightly raised. And it just kind of looks like that. No pain. She just says it itches a little bit. It's not crazy itching. And it's annoying. It's like having a rash, just not a pleasant thing. Old Buffalo did the thumbs up and got 13 sales over the weekend. I won't take credit for your weekend sales, but the Jiminy dust usually is scattered during a live, usually on a Monday or Friday, a live show. If you leave a thumbs up, you're virtually guaranteed a sale within the confines or the context of the show itself. If I go on at 7 to 10 or whatever, you're likely to get a sale within that window of 7 to 10. So I don't want to take credit for your 13 sales over the weekend. That's all you. Great work. Off to dinner and whatnot. You're very welcome. Thanks for the medical advice. I really appreciate that. Thanks for stopping in. Remember, everybody, in just an hour and 28 minutes, Popeye's postcards on the whatnots. Guaranteed to have some cool items for all of us who enjoy selling postcards. Popeye had a thing early on in his whatnot career. I remember he said, the formula for success, step 1, buy postcards from Popeye on whatnot. What's number 2? List postcards from Popeye. Number 3, sell postcards from Popeye. Number 4, repeat step 1. It's kind of funny, but it's very true. Yep, check them out. Hour and a half. You can't sell a postcard. Really? Get out. Well, Tracy, if you haven't done so, watch Popeye's extraordinary video series all about postcards. Mark has some postcards, has some really good, excellent material about postcards. There's a bunch of sellers, but those are the 2 that I know the most and that are often kind enough to show up on my shows. So you probably have watched it. Maybe you rewatch it and see if there's something you're missing, or we'll see. Yeah, well, full of something, full of postcards. But that was the thing when I first watched his old quote unquote channel was, I always appreciate that, the willingness to share experience and knowledge. I like that. Oh, Dawn just keeps coming with the good news, huh? Man, oh man. I don't know what's going on with everybody again. Postcards is all about listing quantity. There you go. The simple statements, right? You sell your list. Oh, you list, you sell. You sell your list. You list, you sell. And postcards quantity. Yep. Yeah. How many do you have listed, Tracy? You said you have 4 that haven't sold, but yeah, you just need a lot of quantity. I still don't have a lot of quantity, but I certainly, like everybody, I guess, starts from 0. But I was at 0 very, relatively recently, and now I'm selling, a decent amount. And I definitely aim to list tons and tons and tons more because I really like them. Most importantly, I like them a lot. Something I didn't know I liked as much as I do, but I do. So anybody else doesn't have anything, any questions or thoughts or insight or something to whine about, let me know. Because otherwise we might cut it a little early tonight. It really was just a night to say hi. And I'm sorry I couldn't go on last night. We had just gotten in. And we had to do some stuff when we got home. We had to pick up Sherlock, my dog, from my in-laws. So I didn't want to take, it was kind of rude. I didn't want to say, all right, Mom, we got to go. I got a show to do. So I put it off for a day. And we're back in action now tonight on a Tuesday. We'll be back on Friday night. And yes, we will definitely, that's funny, Dawn. We will definitely do some listing on Friday. I want to do it. I haven't done it in a long time. We'll do it together. We'll probably fire up 6-bit and do some postcard listing. We can talk about some of the postcards. I'll scan a bunch and we can go through that. Maybe we'll get some print ads up for discussion as well. I have a lot of fun doing that with everybody. I miss that a lot. I had great times doing those shows where we all talked about all the, inner workings of all these ads. A lady approached me at the show, told me the reason YouTube. She was there. Really? There you go. And that's another one of your mantras, right? Go to a postcard show. You're always saying that to everybody. Yeah, definitely a postcard celebrity. No doubt about that. It's kind of cool when they heed your advice. Thank you. You too, Tracy. Hope you feel better. So everybody have a great week. I will see you on Friday night. We'll definitely do a little listing together and look for some videos. I want to get some nice, some new material. I'll probably do a What Sold video tomorrow. Show you some of the stuff I did sell over the week while the store was on vacation. And I'm working on a new series, so look out for that too. I'm not even going to tease it. You'll see it when it comes out. Maybe we'll talk more about it on Friday. Have a great week. Great to see everybody. And thanks so much for coming in on an off night. Leave that thumbs up on the way out the door. I'd really appreciate it. And take care. We will see you on Friday. Good night.